Final Fantasy XV-B is an open-world action role-playing video game developed and published by Square Enix for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and is scheduled for a worldwide release on November 29, 2016. It is the 15th main installment in the Final Fantasy series, and shares a thematic connection with Fabula Nova Crystallis Final Fantasy, a subseries of games linked by a common mythos which includes Final Fantasy XIII and Final Fantasy Type 0. It is a major departure from previous games, providing a darker atmosphere that focuses on more realistic environments and human characters than previous entries. Final Fantasy XV takes place on the fictional world of Eos. All the world's countries, bar the Kingdom of Lucis, are under the dominion of the Empire of Niflheim. Noctis Lucis Selim, heir to the Lucian throne, goes on a quest to retake his homeland and its magical crystal after it is seized by Niflheim on the eve of peace negotiations between the two nations. The game features an open-world environment and action-based battle system similar to the Kingdom Hearts series and Type 0, incorporating the ability to switch weapons and other elements such as vehicle travel and camping. The development cycle of Final Fantasy XV began in 2006, when it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive spin-off titled Final Fantasy Versus 13, C, and lasted approximately 10 years. Tetsuya Nomura served as the original director and designer, creating the characters and story concept. In 2012, it was internally rebranded as the next mainline title and shifted to 8th-generation platforms. Nomura was eventually replaced as director by Hajime Tabata. To expand the story without developing additional video games, a multimedia project called the Final Fantasy XV Universe was created. Its products included an online anime series and a feature film. Contents: Hide. 1 Gameplay. 1.1 Battle System. 1.2 Ascension Grid. 2 Synopsis. 2.1 Setting. 2.2 Characters. 2.3 Plot. 3 Development. 3.1 Design. 3.2 Release. 4 Notes. 5 References. 6 External links. Gameplay Edit. Final Fantasy XV is an open-world action role-playing game, with strategic elements. The characters have the ability to traverse environments in a free-running style, which also extends to battle with larger enemies. 6. A day-night cycle and dynamic weather system is in effect across the world, with transient effects such as rain affecting things such as the character's clothing. The environment will also have an impact on magic. 7. Markers can be placed around the environment to help with navigation. 8. The world is a large connected landmass that can be explored on foot, or by using the party's car regalia or chocobos, recurring galliform birds in the Final Fantasy series. Loading screens are only encountered when the party is entering a city or town. 9-10. They can visit such locations to rest in hotels or buy equipment and ingredients for cooking during camping. 11. The regalia can be driven by Noctis, or Ignis can take control, enabling an auto-drive option. However, the auto-drive is not available during nighttime. 12. The regalia is maintained by the mechanic character Cindy. 7-13. Later in the game, the regalia can be modified to become an airship, allowing the party to fly across the world map. 10. To ride chocobos, the player must rent them. 11. The day and night time system affects the appearance of monsters in the world game. 1 in-game day equates to 1 hour real time, and characters who do not sleep have decreased combat ability. 13-14. Enemy types, numbers and strength change depending on the time of day. 8. Camping during the night is necessary for characters to maintain combat performance and level up. Experience points, EXP, earned in battle during the day are converted into new levels during camping periods. Camps form a safe haven during exploration, and cooking in them using ingredients from both towns and the wilds grants character status buffs. 11-13. The buffs become weaker as time passes, with further meals needed to renew them. 8. Once a campsite has been activated, the player can return to it at any time. 8. Minigames, such as fishing, are also available. 11. Quests can be taken from non-playable characters and bulletin boards for experience and gil, the in-game currency. Items acquired in the world through gathering or combat can also be sold at areas called gathering points. 8. Battle System Edit. The active cross-battle system in action, with Noctis and his companions attacking hostile wildlife in one of the game's open environments. The game's battle system, dubbed the Active Cross-Battle (AXB) system, is a similar spin on the real-time battle systems from the Kingdom Hearts series and Final Fantasy Type 0. 15. Rather than the coursing of a menu interface, the player selects commands directly mapped to buttons on the controller, such as attack, defend, magic, and item. There are also other actions such as jumping. 15. Upon pressing the desired button, the character will then perform the desired move. Key to winning battles is said to be found in maintaining a constant and adaptable flow of appropriate actions done by both tapping and holding down command buttons. 15-16. The battle scenes are seamlessly integrated into the environments with no load screens or transitions, similarly to Final Fantasy XII. 15. When approaching enemies, a threat meter appears on screen. If the player does not run away in a designated time, the battle is triggered and the enemy will pursue the party. 8. A contextual cover system allows characters to shelter from attacks and recover health, or trigger actions with specific weapons. 17. The main protagonist Noctis is the only controllable character in the party, but other than that party members are not fixed, with guest characters freely joining during certain periods of the story. 13-15. Similar to the Gambit system of Final Fantasy XII, characters can move and act freely while assigned predetermined action sets by the player. 15-18. In mid-battle, the player can pull up a menu and change the character's actions and the commands assigned to Noctis. 19. They can also quickly switch position with a character during battle. 17. Helpful actions by other party members such as healing are triggered contextually. 6. In addition to this, Noctis can partner with one character or more to perform combo moves once an enemy or part of an enemy is targeted. Parrying and blocking can be performed, but blocking uses magic points, MP, and Noctis is unable to auto-parry, with each parry needing to be matched with the enemy's attack. 8-11-15. Noctis can also give specific commands to other party members. 18-20. Noctis available weapons, or arms, include swords, greatswords, shields, daggers, lances, guns and machinery, which offer various attacks and may be customized or used defensively. 14-21-22. The player can select up to 4 weapons as Noctis' primary arms, which are displayed on screen and can be freely swapped during battle. 23-24. In addition, special weapons known as royal arms can be collected. 8. Which can be equipped by Noctis or activated through his limit break, Armiger Arsenal. A special gauge determines how long the Armiger can be used in battle, which can be replenished through various actions such as attacking or defending. Noctis is able to perform a warp, with the distance he can travel depending on his current level. 23. The areas he can warp to are limited, but change depending on the combat situation. 18. In addition to the regular offensive and defensive tactics, mechas and tanks can be stolen from enemies and used against them. 25. Standard difficulty settings are replaced by the ability to alter the speed and tempo of battles. Battles can either be paced for players who wish to progress with the story, or made more challenging. 3. There is also a wait mode reminiscent of the turn-based system in previous entries, where the player can freeze time and select a target of their choosing, allowing for strategizing. 26. Magic is divided into 2 types. The first type, Elemancy, focuses on elemental energy that can be drawn from certain locations and crafted into spells. 27. Similar to Final Fantasy VIII, These spells are stored in a quantified inventory rather than consuming MP, and must be equipped in place of a weapon to be cast in battle. 28-29, the spells can also be further enhanced to grant them additional effects. 26, the second type, Ring Magic, can only be used by Noctis, and is accessed via the Ring of the Lucii, the heirloom of the royal family. Unlike Elemancy, Ring Magic requires MP to be cast. 30, the effects of magic are dependent on the environment. For instance, when casting a fire spell on a clear day, the surrounding area will be set ablaze, meaning that it is possible to harm allies. However, if fire is cast on a rainy day, the flames will be quickly extinguished. 29. Some environmental effects can be used to scare enemies. 18. Noctis can also call summoned monsters into battle. These monsters are called astrals, and include recurring summons such as Ranu, Leviathan, and Titan. 1323. They are arranged by class and subdivided into a ranking system, with large summons like Leviathan being among the highest ranking. 23. Before they can be used by the player, summons must either be defeated in battle or obtained in some other way. 13. Large ones like Leviathan and Titan, however, cannot be summoned underground or in enclosed spaces. The astral's actions vary depending on the situation and environment, and each one also has its own conditions for it to be summoned. For instance, Leviathan can only be summoned if there is a body of water nearby. 20. Ascension Grid Edit. 15's leveling system, dubbed the Ascension Grid, is a similar spin on the Sphere Grid from Final Fantasy X and the Crystarium system from Final Fantasy XIII. As in previous titles in the series, new abilities can be learned via spending ability points, AP, which are obtained either through battles or completing side quests, and shared among all 4 party members. Each character has their own skill tree, which is further divided into multiple branches, namely stats and combat. 12. In addition, each character also has an exclusive special talent, for instance, Ignis culinary skills, which can be leveled up over time. 31. Synopsis Edit. Setting Edit. Final Fantasy XV is set within the world of Eos, which is similar to modern-day Earth. 32-33, the known land is divided into 5 nations, Lucis, Acrido, Nibelheim, Solheim, and Dusky. Every nation except for Nibelheim once held a magical crystal, giving them substantial political power, but wars waged between them resulted in all but the Lucian crystal being lost. Under the protection of the crystal, Lucis develops into a society based around magic, while all the other nations have evolved into technological civilizations due to focusing on machines and weapons development. 34. The Empire of Nibelheim becomes Lucis's main enemy. 6:35-36-37. By the game's beginning, the entire world save for Lucis has come under Nibelheim's dominion. 38. In the world of 15, there exist people gifted with magical abilities, either through a nation's crystal or through other means such as near-death experiences. Among these people are oracles, priestesses who can combat the plague of the stars, a supernatural phenomenon that threatens to plunge the world into eternal darkness. 39-40. Characters Edit. Promotional artwork featuring the main cast of Final Fantasy XV. From left, Gladiolus Amiciscia, Noctis Lucis Caelum, Ignis Scientia, and Prompto Argentum. Main article, Characters of Final Fantasy XV. The 2 main characters are Noctis Lucis Caelum, an energetic and determined prince of Lucis and the sole playable character who lost his father in Nibelheim's invasion of his homeland, and Lunafria Nox Flaret, Noctis' fiancée and an oracle and former princess from Tenebrae who lost her mother in her homeland's invasion. Noctis is accompanied on his journey by 3 others, Gladiolus Amiciscia, Noctis's bodyguard and the eldest son of a nobleman who died during the invasion of Lucis, Ignis Scientia, a prodigy military tactician and Noctis's advisor, and Prompto Argentum, a friend of Noctis from a lower social class. Other key characters are Regis Lucis Coelum, King of Lucis and Noctis's father, Corleonus, a legendary